from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
the legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle, the ASIS strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.
Good morning and welcome to the program, Global Morning on Global Television. My name is Anthony Mumodi. Welcome to today's broadcast, 19th day of February 2024. I hope your weekend was amazing. Mine was great. And good morning, Chamoy. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Good morning, Anthony. My weekend was great. And of course, you know how it is with the latest happenings making round. And it's not so great from some individuals, of course, in the FCT and, of course, in Nigeria as a whole. But in all, we should give thanks to God. Good morning, everyone. Once again, I am Jumai Manson, and you're welcome to Global Morning.
All right, we intend to make your day truly great and share ours with you also, and ensure that this week truly is amazing for you. Over the course of the weekend, there were lots of activities that played out. As usual, we'll be giving some top-notch discussions as regards the power sector and other areas of interest. we already know that in the course of the week, a lot of agitations, opposition parties talking about the PDP, asking Mr. President to resign if he cannot get the job done, and the APC saying the president is not going to resign for any reason. But we know we don't have the culture of resigning if we can get the job done.
And of course, looking at road transport, again, there was a particular notice that came out, road transport, intimating the public about going on, cutting down on services. So you can see that things are really getting out of hand, and we ensure that, we pray that things get better. Of course, how much is a bag of rice now?
I'm not very good. Don't go to the market often like you do, so I think you have a better idea.
As of last week, it was 77,000.
Okay, which of the sizes though?
Because that's the 50 kg rice, 77.
Okay, you're not very bad at maths. So when you say 50
not bad.
kg,
You're extremely bad at maths.
Yeah, that's because of my talent is in art and creativity.
Okay.
So the figures are always hard to come by. They get confusing. Like you say, 10 times 4 times 4 minus 3 or x.
Please don't even go there. Don't even go there at all. All right, now it is a beautiful time today on Global Morning, and we have segments back to back when it comes to entertainment. We have Taste and Texture, we have business, we have sports. We'll be, of course, the People Review, which is top notch, and some very interesting topics with issues making rounds in the country. And of course, it is a beautiful time today. I am here, and Anthony Momodu is just talking about maths. Funny enough, and I am so surprised. Of course, he's glowing, had an amazing weekend. Yes, you did. So.
Oh, God, this is like, they call it hitting below the belt, I guess.
Hitting below the belt.
Or trying to play the detective, the FBI, and they just put the word into your mouth to get some information. Okay. Talking about trucks drivers saying they're going to start strike today, I think is, for me, I just feel it's foolhardy of them. If they're being sincere that they want to do it for the good of the masses. If the truck drivers don't lift fuel, it doesn't affect the presidency, the elites, because they already have fuel stored, and they have fuel stations where they've paid in advance for the whole of the year. So they just drive in there, get their cars. And for those who work in very big establishments, they already have arrangement with fuel stations. In case of any crisis, their workers, their staff can drive in, get fuel. So every time they do those things, they affect the same people they claim they're trying to protect.
But for me, I think it's a two-way thing. It has an advantage, it has a disadvantage when it comes to issues like this with the truck drivers. Well, looking at it critically, they're doing it because they feel the masses are suffering due to the removal of fuel subsidy. You know, right now, I bought fuel at the filling station, 600 plus. I can't even remember. I want to get the right 600 and, yes, 70 something naira also. So they're actually doing it because the masses are going through a lot due to the removal of fuel subsidy. A lot of people find it hard to transport themselves to work, and like I said, organizations have cut it down from 7 times a week to like twice a week for their employees to come to work. So they're actually saying, okay, fine, this is for the good of the individuals in society who cannot afford. So it's just better everyone just stays at home till this subsidy, this fuel issue is resolved once and for all. So, but at the long run, it's going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect businesses. It's going to affect individuals that are trying to balance it up when they're trying to make ends meet. It's going to affect them, and these are still the masses, which is unfortunate. So, like I said, it has an advantage and it has a very big disadvantage.
True, but it's very sad that the government has to wait for the organized labor or the truck drivers to shut down the economy before they do the right thing. And I think if they allow this protest to take place, what they didn't expect is going to happen. Truly. Because lots of people are waiting for this opportunity to pour to the streets. And so I'm thinking if they don't do the needful, then there's going to be shutdown of many sectors of the economy. And
don't forget what the taking you back now to Kaduna, that the with the function that happened in Arawa House, where the Sultan came out and said they are tired of calming down the youths because they are looking for a very small opportunity to escalate this whole issue at hand, because lots of individuals are going through hardship. People are actually, like I say, they starve. People go to bed hungry. People cannot afford. Look at the hike in price. Look at what is happening. Just go to the market. Don't even wait for the news to tell you what's going on. Go on your own and see the hike in foodstuffs alone. It is twice what, or thrice, sometimes thrice what you buy. Sachet of powdered milk that comes in a sachet. The last price, the carton was from 16. It increased to 20 and now 22, and some people sell at the rate of 27. So you can imagine what's going on.
All right, it's not like we're calling for a civil unrest, but the way things are going, it's likely to snowball into a civil unrest when all economies get shut down, when all sectors begin to protest, not just the citizenry, but different professional bodies begin to down tools and not get to work. Let's imagine the doctors say they're not going to work, the security agencies say they're not going to work, those in the media says they're not going to work, and different sectors. I think probably that would kick the government into action or kick them back to their senses and know that things are truly bad.
Let's take it back to when when the presidency came out and said they're going to regulate food prices and go to the board of the committee, food board. Everyone was excited.
Looking forward to something.
Looking forward to the subsidized prices and all of that. And then there's a twist and says they're not going to import food. They're not going to go back to the regulatory board and all of that. People were really disappointed because a lot of us waited to see price being controlled, but now we do not know what is going on. But I hope whatever conclusion or whatever device is going to be done is going to be for the benefit of Nigerians and for the populace in general when it comes to the cost of living in the country.
I think a very sad commentary, but let's see how all this is going to play out in the coming days. Already the police is warning people against labor, against the strike action, saying they're not permitted to go on a protest. But I wonder how sincere the police is, because they also suffer from what we're talking about. Their families are going through hardship, and if there's any sector that would also protest, they should be part of Nigerians saying no to what is playing out. Well, let's see how it's going to go. Then we know that last week the government and the federal government and state government met as regards state policing. We're also looking forward to see what's going to pan out in the coming days in terms of state policing.
Well, what's your take on state policing? Do you think it's a step in the right direction to curb insecurity in the various states? What's your take?
I think it's the way to go. I don't share that view of people who say the state governor is going to take advantage of it and haunt his political opponents. There has to be some checkmates to avoid them from taking advantage of it. But I think it's more good than harm. If they're going to take it against their opponents, is when the case is very obvious, and they will not just go out there and do it because they know people are also watching. So if they try to victimize anybody, alarm can be raised, and probably there should be special courts to try cases or mechanism to monitor this police, the state police mechanism, how it works. Any arrest to be made, there has to be a background check to be sure this arrest was genuine, as a way of checkmating the state governors from using it for their own advantage. But I think it's more positive, because what it means is that they just recruit only those from that state, and those from the. Let's assume there are 16 local government areas in the state. From each of those local governments, you get, like, if it's 1,000 each, just example, for each local government. So 1,000 from that local government knows that local government, they secure that local government. So it's going to be hard for any stranger to walk in or walk out without them. And if there's a call from the community to say, okay, we are being attacked, those persons are likely to respond faster, because it concerns their families, it concerns people they know already. Or like a stranger who comes from Bauchi, and this distress call is coming, and someone is in Abia State, he's not going to feel that empathy like someone who is from. So I think,
state.
yeah. So I think it's long overdue, and I think that issue of states governors taking advantage, for me, I think it's too weak an excuse not to have a state police.
I like the fact that redeployment, there will be less of redeployment of officers from the states to other states to have families to actually bond together. I think that's one issue, of course, to curb security, insecurity, and of course to bond with families. You know, there's some redeployment that takes you out to a particular state for months, years, and it's not easy with the economic
families,
with the economic crisis. Of course, it's not easy. One salary split into two, you know, there's lots of advantage to
then I also think Senator Ned Nwoko 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago talked about Nigeria's bury arms. People have said if they try that, Nigeria is going to get more volatile.
Oh yes.
In as much as I tend to agree somehow to that, but I still believe it might not be everybody. Maybe there should be a particular set of people that should be allowed to bear arms. Maybe in every local government area or in every community, if there are 10 families, 5 should be able to bear arms. 5 that have been certified sane mentally and with their kind of jobs and their track record, we can tell these families are decent people.
Eligible.
So if there are 10 families, 5 bear arms, before any attack comes, those 5 will be able to protect the other 5. And so with that, if we share that formula across board, it's going to be hard for these insurgents or bandits to just come into a society and take hold. There'll be some form of resistance before the state police comes in, then the federal police. So I think it's the way to go. We need to protect ourselves.
We need to protect ourselves. From Anthony Momodu there. Well, looking at it...
From Anthony Momodu?
That was your own opinion.
Okay, I thought you said you had to protect ourselves from Anthony Momodu.
No! That was from Anthony Momodu, his own opinion when it comes to bearing arms. Really? That was your own opinion that you said...
I think people with short fuse, like someone I know, they shouldn't bear arms because they might kill a lot of people.
A lot of people. I wonder who this person is. Oh my goodness. I wonder. Don't you go there. Okay. People with short fuse, any little thing. Oh my goodness.
Okay, maybe then they can bear arms, but they don't bear the bullets. So you have to come and count why you need that bullet before it's given to you.
But that's on a lighter note. Looking at it, well, I hope the federal government does what is right when it comes to... Senator Ned Nwoko has said his own 2 cents when it comes to arms, it's a very serious matter. I know but so many Nigerians practically agree with it. I think we should do a vox pop. We should do a vox pop to hear the opinions. Yes, exactly, to hear the opinions of individuals and what they think about bearing arms.
Yeah, so maybe they could put an age limit from 50 upwards, bear arms.
50?
Yeah, so that we are sure that it's people who are advanced, that, you know, before someone who is 50 takes arms to shoot, he must be for a right reason. Not so people below, let's say people below 40 don't bear arms.
Okay.
Yeah, so
they have short fuse.
Apart from short, they could get excited.
Okay.
I want to prove a point, peer pressure. But when you're already 45 upwards, you're going to think twice before you pull any
Some
stunts.
people don't think twice. Some people don't think at all. So unfortunately, well, it depends. I think there should be a sanity check when it comes to the psychological aspect of that individual. It should be tested. We should be sure of what we're getting ourselves into. But I think bearing arms, I think that's a
But
long
even the
run
Nigerian police, we had Arase, former commissioner of police, who is now the police commission chieftain, had said even the Nigerian police force needs to, mental check those being recruited before they allow the police.
Of course.
So the question is, so are you telling us that all the recruitment they've done in the past, those persons have not been mentally checked? Now we see they've been accidental discharged. sergeant killing, corporal killing.
Officers, yes. I think in all the security agencies, they should have a mental balance check. It's very important. You know, there's this mental cases, they just don't come, it's not, some is hereditary, some they just come in with the frustrations and all of that. So I think people need to get, psychologically, they need to get tested. Everyone, basically. But those with short fuse should be really, really monitored. It's very important.
All right, that's, I think we've got some taste.
Yes, of course. Up next is taste and texture. Yes, it has to do with food. And if you're wondering, what am I going to make today, or what recipe is going to be on the Global Morning, well, you just have to sit back, relax, and watch out. Taste and texture is next.
Hello and welcome to another episode on Taste and Texture. I'm Fatimi Abumar. Plantain frittata is a delicious breakfast of baked plantain and egg. It's easy to make, yet so tasty twist to traditional fried plantain and eggs. This is one of our favorite lazy weekend breakfasts and also perfect for a nice Sunday morning. Frittata is an egg-based Italian dish similar to an omelette or crustless quench, which is usually enriched with additional ingredients like meat and vegetables. Borrowed from Italian dish described, plantain frittata is a plantain and egg dish which is made by cooking fried plantains, egg, veggies, and meats together in a baking dish or a casserole in the oven, or cooked slowly on the stove top. If you're looking for a great way to set up your breakfast game, making plantain and egg, this way is a game changer. Plantain frittata is loaded with veggies, sausages. It's filling, packed full of flavor. The ingredients needed for these delicacies are ripe but firm plantains, eggs, onions, hot dogs, bell peppers, salt, bouillon powder, tomatoes, pepper flakes, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. And now to its easy making process. Lightly grease a 10-inch frying pan, preferably not non-stick. Pour mix into the frying pan or skillet. Cover frying pan with a lid. Cook on medium-low heat for 30 minutes or until the center firms up. Easy, right? You can serve with juices or hot chocolate. Some of our favorite juices to enjoy with plantain and eggs are orange juice, watermelon juice, pineapple coconut juice, mango juice. Trust us to give you its health benefits. Digestive health. Plantains are good for digestive health in two ways. First, the resistant starch in them acts as a prebiotic, help the growth of healthy bacteria in your colon. Second, plantain have a good amount of fiber, which improves the way your bowels work. Blood pressure control. High blood pressure has been linked to too much sodium and not enough potassium. High blood pressure can cause a heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, and many other cardiovascular problems. Health immune system. Little things can make a big difference in health. For example, you only need small amount of certain vitamins and minerals to support a healthy immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin B6, and magnesium are three of these important micronutrients. Researchers have not confirmed whether taking these nutrients as supplements can offer the same protection. That's all for now. See you same time next time for another interesting and scrumptious episode on Taste and Texture. I remain your host, Fatimi Abu Umar.
That's I know they call it dodo in Nigeria, plantain.
Look at how you said it. They call it dodo in Nigeria.
No, but I think that's the Yoruba term for dodo.
Yes, it is, but it's called plantain. Let's be classy, okay?
Okay, we're global, so we give you different names of foods. So you have dodo, you have
yes,
plantain, you have ogede.
Oh, wow.
Delta Igbo.
Wow.
We have...
you're on your own, buddy. On your own.
What of for Kogi?
Don't you? It's plantain.
Serious? They don't have a native name for it?
They do.
What's the name?
I want to put you in, I want to just leave it like that.
Okay,
I'll tell you after the program.
That's the start where you don't know the name.
You're putting me on this spot.
I won't. Actually, I know Igbo, I know Yoruba, I know English, 3 names.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, we just want to share a very sad story. Just saying, APC Publicity's secretary in Plateau State, I think his name is Silvanus Namang, I just saw it right now, was killed.
Oh, wow.
Went to an eatery to buy something and he was just attacked by assailants. I just wonder why politics is that dirty.
It's unfortunate.
But the question is, how do they feel when they take another man's life for whatever reason? Just you don't want the person to exist, or because you want his place, or I don't understand.
You know, sometimes I view it differently. Sometimes, you know, the individuals that actually that founded these political parties, especially the, let's say from PDP, APC, we know the rivalries and all of that. Sometimes to them, it doesn't get to that point, but it's other individuals that feel they owe it to these parties to carry out these horrible or heinous activities when it comes to party, telling me APC flag bearer, PDP. As long as Nigeria is moving forward, to me, I do not mind who is on that seat, as long as it's going to be beneficial to each and every one of us, as long as we're all going to prosper and be happy and the rulings will be fine, it will be beneficial to every single one of us. To me, I don't even bother on who is about the ruling party, but it's just unfortunate that people take laws into their own hands to snatch away life just like that. That's a very sad incident. That's someone's father, that's someone's husband, that's someone's uncle, that's someone's brother, that's someone's son. It's really sad.
Very sad. Our heart goes out to the family. And why they, like she rightly pointed out, the APC and PDP are still at each other's throats. PDP saying President should resign. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, saying there's no way the President would resign. They should forget about it. But it makes me laugh when I hear people say this. And it's, well, you don't blame him. He's benefiting from the government, so he would make those statements. But I think they just show that they don't have empathy to what Nigerians are going through.
Nigerians are going through a lot, Anthony. I will tell you that for free. And then still looking at it critically, it's still sad to see that at the long run, when we heard about the subsidy removal, we thought, okay, it's just going to be for a limited period of time. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be removed and then we'll all move forward and things will get back to normal. But at the rate at which we're seeing things now, things are getting really out of hand. Well, we hope the presidency, the Tinubu-led administration, they know what they're doing, and we're still hopeful. Some of us are still hopeful, believing that all will be well really, really soon.
Oh, well, according to Hope Agenda, we're still hoping, but this week is going to be very defining for us because we've got the protests likely to come, NLC the truck drivers and the master bakers. Also talking about
bread lovers.
And so it means that when these three groups eventually go through, you can never tell what's going to happen. But I think it's the time when we give you the Global AM News. When we're back from the AM News, there's going to be lots of discussions and issues being thrown up for you to also be part of it. I think it's time to get their views somewhere along the line.
Yes, it is. And of course, like Anthony rightly said, it's time for AM News. Don't go anywhere. Global Morning will be back.